Those control arms on the front of your drag car are pretty important, so let's talk about 5 attributes that you want to have. Hey, I'm Steve here at QA1. Today we're talking about drag racing control arms, and as a drag racer, I know, you know, we're looking for weight savings. And weight savings we have here. But in terms of weight savings, we don't want to sacrifice strength, especially if the front end's leaving Earth, coming back down. You're doing a drag and drive event where these control arms on your drag car will also need to see the streets and the potholes and everything else that comes with driving on the streets. One of the ways that our engineers have designed in the strength with keeping the weight low is the lower control arm has this stamped steel coilover mount. Now the stamped steel adds a lot of strength, however, it doesn't add a ton of weight, like say a spring locator or something sitting there. Now looking at our upper control arm, you'll see that one of the ways we've saved quite a bit of weight is using an aluminum crossshaft. This aluminum crossshaft is going to save us quite a bit of weight versus a steel crossshaft. One of the other unique features that you're going to see is that we've bolted our bushing cans to the control arm. Now a lot of control arms on the market, you're going to see the arm is welded directly to the bushing can, and just through the welding process, inherently there's going to be some misalignment there and create a bind in this crossshaft, which you see ours does not have. We've looked for every opportunity to make this arm as strong as possible and as light as possible. And when I say light as possible, you'll see the QA1 low friction ball joint, the backing plate on this one is actually aluminum. So that's pretty cool. Speaking on the ball joints, these are going to be our QA1 low friction rebuildable ball joints that we use in these drag arms. The nice thing about these is they move very free. They're fully serviceable. You can pop different studs in and out of them. You can take them apart and adjust the preload on them. And you'll notice that the design feature of the control arm, this control arm is actually the ball joint housing. So we save quite a bit of weight versus like an OEM parts store ball joint that's going to have its own housing and then go into the control arm. Our control arm is the ball joint housing, so just the internals of the ball joint. And that allows us to use this very strong, very free-moving ball joint without adding more weight that we don't really want anyway. There are a couple design features on these drag racing control arms that I think you're really going to like. Right off the starting line, you're going to find that our adjustable droop stop is really going to help with the amount of travel that you have in the front end. You may be trying to tie the car down with tie-down straps or more added weight, but with these adjustable droop stops, you can adjust how much travel that front end has. You can also use them as a stop so that you're not, taking your shocks or struts to the full extension and having them bang themselves apart. So you can adjust that droop stop. Now that's good for your starting line. Going down track, we want this thing to track true and straight. And the way we do that is we've added 3 to 4 degrees of caster into these arms. What that's going to do is that's going to tip those upper ball joints back just a little bit, and it's going to make your drag car go true and straight right down the track, hoping for that one finger steer, if you know what I mean. And the last feature I want to talk to you about on these QA1 control arms is that they are coilover ready. Now, a lot of drag cars aren't going to be using a factory style coil spring and shock, which you would need a spring locator and a bunch of metal weight in this area. We've made these coilover ready. Just bolt the coilover right in and you're on your way to the track. We're on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, but you'll also find a lot of our tech videos on this YouTube channel here. We appreciate you watching, and of course, go drive it.